cold calling, like the listing I have now, and I got one coming up as well. Already signed that listing agreement. We're just waiting on the contractor to finish repairs. I thought I was going to be going there to take pictures and put my sign up, but the contractor, I spoke with him, needs to do some more cleaning. Those actually, I would say came from Vulcan 7. One of those I think actually came from a Zillow lead from last year, somebody I did a deal with last year. Either way, the thing I like about cold calling is real estate is all about numbers. And cold calling, you can track it. That's why I say if you're self-driven, this is good for you. You're going to crush it. Because it boils down, it's a numbers game. How many people you talk to, then you see how many transactions you get from that. So when you get the expires, especially this year when houses are not selling, I used to see at times, especially around the first, maybe 500 or no, 200-300 leads may pop up. Now I see thousands. Plus, I'm licensed in 2 areas now. I only used to be licensed in the state of Maryland. But being that this is almost like a tri-state area, even though DC is not a state, we intertwine with Virginia. For instance, some parts of DC are very close to me than even some parts of Maryland. Some parts of Virginia are close to my house than parts of Maryland, because we're all in the Beltway, right? In the same area, the DC metro area. And being licensed in DC just gave me a whole lot more business opportunity, because a lot of houses are not selling in DC, a lot are not selling in Maryland, and you see so many leads. It's overwhelming. And when you see 1,000 expired leads at the end of the month, I look at those and say, at least one of those are mine. At least one. You know, it's very competitive. Very competitive. A lot of agents are calling, but one of those are yours. You just got it. Like I said, it's not about forcing somebody who doesn't want to talk to you. Not about convincing somebody. It's just about finding somebody that's really motivated to sell that wasn't able to sell. And especially when you have a track record of how many houses you can sell and reviews that customers have left you, you know, you are at an advantage. If you're a new agent, you just go off the name of your brokerage. We sell, you know, rather than I have sold. When I first got on board, Remax is a brand that everybody knows. And, you know, we sold the most houses globally, not in the U.S. anymore. At one point, Remax was number 1 in the U.S., but we're always in the top few brokerages globally. I mean, in the U.S., but globally, Remax sold the most the year I got on board. So I just use that as a selling point. Remax, we sell the most houses globally, you know. But now I can go off my record. I sell these X amount of houses. I just sold this one in your neighborhood. I just closed that one. This one only lasted so many days. You got data to prove. So it's easier now, right? But cold calling is all a numbers game. And here's the trick to it, right? Don't focus on, oh, this person was rude to me on the phone. Put yourself in the client's shoes. They had their house on the market for 200 days. You didn't come and call them and tell them I got a buyer. All of a sudden, they took it off the market. Here you are telling them you got potential buyers. Where were you when the house was on the market for 200 days? You just got to understand where they're coming from. And they pick up the phone 50 times because every agent is calling them. You really need to be empathetic and understand. Sometimes it's even better to call the expired listings that expired 6 months ago, because those people don't get that many calls anymore. But these people once upon a time wanted to sell. And here's how you build your pipeline. For me, it's strictly a numbers game. Like I said, let me say this. The really good agents maybe talk to 10 people and get deals. Some people talk to 50, some people talk to 75, some people talk to 200 people and get one listing. Find out what your number is. Track it. I know my number, and that's all I worry about. I literally have it on my calendar how many more to go before I get one listing appointment. I may get it, may not get it, but that is my average, and it's going. I've been tracking that for at least 3 years now, and that's my average. I know my number. If I speak to these amount of people, I'm getting one listing appointment. And for some reason, I'm very good at closing, because when I meet people, I know how to get it to the finish line. It's not about being pushy at all. Over the phone, you don't know me, I don't know you. But once I see you face to face, my conversion rate is very, very high. And it's really because of how I build up before I meet them. Seldomly have I gotten a listing appointment just by speaking to somebody one time, and I don't think that has even ever happened. I may have gotten appointments, but I didn't get the deals. I didn't build enough rapport. All my listing appointments really come from multiple interactions. I speak to them the first time, they give me their number. Follow-up is the name of the game. So by the time I'm meeting them, I think I already got the deal by the time I'm walking there. They may be talking to other agents, but they know they want to go with me. They just don't want to close the door on other agents. But like right now, I know where my next listing might be coming from. I got a strong feeling, because I've spoken to this guy maybe 5 times. I got other strategies, other ways I reach out to him, and he told me, call me at this point. So I know when I call him, then I think we're going to close something, and that's just how it goes. You don't really get the listings from the first call. I know some people, ABC, always be closing. I think those days are gone. Where you call somebody, can I come and see the property? As a professional, I like to see the property. If you luck up, I have ran into some of those, like some people just put the house for sale by owner and they wanted an agent and they say, yeah, I'm interviewing agents, and you come in there, you get those. And those are very competitive because they're probably saying yes to 10, 20 agents, and they have one day where one agent come in, another. So 9 times out of 10 for expired listings, like I said, so many houses are going off the market this year because the market is slow. And for me, it's just, I know my number and I got more options, more opportunities to get to that number. In a slow market, in a busy market, my number is still the same. If I speak to X amount of people, meaning no's, I just need X amount of people to tell me no. Out of these many no's, I'm going to get a yes. And that's it. And as soon as I call, talk to them, nope, check, and I'm counting down how many no's I'm getting. And by the time I hit my number, boom, listing appointment. It works. Some people cannot do that. They cannot stomach some people getting mad at them over the phone. But here's the bottom line, dude. The average house, like I said, in the state of Maryland is $400,000. DC, I don't know what the average is, but DC is somewhere, let's say $600K, because DC got a lot of $1 million homes, $1 million plus homes, but you do have some condos in the hundreds, right? So DC is even higher. In this market right here, the average commission check, you're looking at $7,000 to $10,000. So, and that's on the low end, but that's an average. I wouldn't say low end, average. I remember a household in Annapolis for $600,000. $6 million. And that's, I don't want to say that's nothing, but those numbers are not crazy for this area. You look at neighborhoods like Bethesda, Annapolis, Georgetown, most of Northwest, all $1 million, even townhouses, $2-3 million, townhouses in DC, right? So one commission check can be $180,000 when you sell a $6 million house. You know, you get $1 million home, you're seeing 20 to 25 grand. So you're not gonna, is that, I don't know. Some people can't pick up the phone. They don't want to get yelled at. Okay. Other people are getting yelled at. I'll just say, I don't even bother with that. I don't worry about that. I'm worried about my numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. I got a number of calls I need to get to, and I'm going to get a deal. So that's why I say cold calling for me is probably the best option. It's almost like door knocking, but you got to...
Your ultimate hub for real estate insights, breaking news, entrepreneurial wisdom, investing strategies, and self-development hacks. If you're ready to expand your mind and stay ahead of the game floor, you're in the right place. Subscribe now. Your future self will thank you.